What up, nerds? As some of you may know, I took the MCAT recently, got my score back, got a 516. Here's the proof. And since people love asking me questions, I do love answering them. This is gonna be like my full entire guide to what I did for a 516. And before, oh, there goes my laptop. Before anyone starts hating, talking about, oh, 516, meh, 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 that's 92nd percentile, okay? Don't bully me. I'm just trying to help the people. Okay. Let me give y'all some background about me. So what's it called? I went into college pre-med and then I got imposter syndrome and then I left pre-med and I switched to pre-PA. And then I graduated 2023 and then like May of 2024, I was like, F this. I want to go back to pre-med. So then I had to scramble. I took a physics class that summer and then I started studying in August. Took my exam January 10th. Yep. And got a 516. Okay, so hopefully I will have figured out how to put my screen onto the thing. So on my beacons page, I have a tab called MCAT Things, period. And this is where I started. The beginner's guide. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me open it in a, what's it called? New tab. So I followed this person's guide and it's really, really helpful. They made this, what's it called? Schedule template. And I basically just copied that like exactly. Well, not exactly. I'm going to show you guys my schedule. I named it 528 because, you know, why not? So I needed content review bad because I did not pay attention in like orgo, gen. I didn't know any of the chemistries. So I made sure to have enough time for content review and I made this like knowing when I wanted to take the test. So that's why I gave myself so much time for content review. I could have done it in less time. I could have done like the whole studying in less time, but I had the time, so like whatever. So I took the Blueprint half-length Diagnostic and what did I get on that? I got a 499. No, 499. Okay. And then I was like, all right, so I know what I need to focus on. And actually, but that kind of shot me in the foot because I did not give enough attention to cars, which I should have. But yeah, so make sure you get your rest days, make sure you get your party days because it's a hard test and you will get burnt out if you're not making sure you're taking care of yourself. So after I finished, I used the Kaplan books to study for this. I didn't use the Psych Soc Kaplan book. I used the MCAT Bros 300-page Psych Soc doc, and I used the Khan Academy videos. So Khan Academy has this MCAT playlist, and at the bottom here you have processing the environment. This is the beginning. So I watched every single one of these videos in like 2 times speed, and I followed that up with like, I made sure that I was reading the 300-page Psych Soc doc. And while you're doing this, you have to do the Aiden Psych Soc deck. I did the Mr. Pankow deck, but Aiden is way more comprehensive. And when you get to the AAMC stuff, you'll realize that because when I got to AAMC and I was doing Psych Soc, I was like, I'm missing a lot of terms. But for regular content review, I use the Anki MCAT V2 deck for everything except for Psych Soc. Oh wait, hold on. Let me show you guys in my Anki. Okay, so here is the Anki deck. So this is what I use for everything except for Psych Soc. So you can go ahead and delete that. Well, you don't have to, but that's what I did. And And then for this, it's psychology. This one is the Aiden deck, and I would use everything. No, I would not use anything but psychology. So then you can go through that. I used PanCal because it was like in the same order as the Khan Academy videos, but you can figure it out. And also, in the beginner guide I have for you guys here, well, I don't have for you. In the beginner guide, it has like explanations about how to use Anki as well. Because I'm not going to pretend like I know too much about Anki. I literally just copied exactly what this person has here and did that. I would read all of this. I'd read the README doc. They had also MCAT review question templates. I made my own just because I felt like it. It's here in my Beacons page. And then, okay, let's get back to the schedule. So after I finished my content review, I did UWorld, and I did UWorld like every day. I'm not sure how many questions I did. I don't think I ever did more than 60, but whatever the amount of days I had, I just divided the total amount of questions from there. And also I did not use the cars on UWorld. I used the Jack Weston. You could do Jack Weston. Throughout this whole time, I was doing a Jack Weston passage every single day. And then as I got closer to my test, I was doing the the AAMC cars every single day. So they have daily passages. When I started my content review, I started doing a daily passage for cars every day. And then that's how I got my cars. And my car score is really bad. I honestly don't know why. Because that's the lowest I've ever scored. So I don't know, but whatever. And then it was the same thing. Wait, no, I did the blueprint full-length exams. And the next day I would do exam review. Exam review is so important. I was lacking on my exam review until like I was like, okay, I need to make like a real change right now. So if you go to the review questions template, let me just go to my own MCAT review questions. Am I allowed? I don't know if okay, yeah. So I wrote down where I got the question from. I got the question. I wrote the correct answer. I put my answer, why I got it wrong, and why the correct answer is correct. Okay? But I wouldn't just review the incorrect questions. I would review the questions I got right as well and make sure I can get it right the next time. I also put down the skills and topics to see if like there was like something I was consistently getting wrong. And I did this for every section. Like honestly, my first exam reviews took me, like my actual exam reviews took me a long time. And then whenever I had like something that I wasn't understanding, like anytime I got a question wrong, so if I got like a question about serotonin wrong, I'd make a new Anki deck for it. Not Anki deck, Anki cards. So I had a deck called like review questions, and I just copied the card type from one of the decks I already had, and then that was it. I think I used closed type for most of them. But yeah, so I'd review all those questions. I'd review every single UWorld question as well. And I was tracking my full-length scores. So all the dates and stuff are here. My progression is like pretty ass. Like I don't know why this plateau happened, but like whatever. Yeah, my progression looks really weird. But then AAMC, once you start with AAMC, don't go back. to third-party stuff because the logic is a little bit different. I will say with UWorld, it was like I had to, with UWorld, it was like I had to take multiple steps to get to the answer. AAMC was like less steps. It was more straightforward. So when I got to AAMC, it took me a little bit of time to get to the answer, and like it was more straightforward, I think. But also I had issues with mathematics. So I used the math practice problems. Then I got off of Reddit. Let me close all of these. My laptop is screaming right now. These math practice problems were really helpful because my math sucked. I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. And it helps you, it has like a bunch of stuff for everything. What else did I do? I also downloaded, like, I just went on Reddit and typed in amino acid Anki deck, and I just like drilled the amino acids, know everything about like pKa, all of that stuff. What else? Make sure you're resting and all of that so you don't get freaking burnt out. Yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, no, when I was closer to my test, I used the miles down review sheets. It has content page, has all of this. Make sure you're knowing everything that you need to know. And when you get to AAMC, like the format for everything except for the full-length test is not the format of the actual MCAT, which doesn't make sense. So you can add this extension to Chrome and it will change it into the correct format. Also, it has very good explanations. Some of the AAMC explanations are not very good, but Jack Weston has it for more of the old ones. Some of the newer volume banks, like section banks on AAMC, I don't think there are Jack Weston explanations for it then, so you're kind of just fricked for that. But yeah, it's really just, I think review is one of the most important things you could do for the MCAT, because like you'll see certain topics like coming over and over and over. Like there were some topics where I was like, yeah, I need to, like, this is definitely going to show up on test day, and it did show up on test day. Another thing to think about when you're answering the questions is like, what are they trying to test me on right now? You know? Like, if you know what topic they're trying to test you on, it'll be easier to get to that, to like get to the answer, and it'll be like boom, boom, boom. I already know what's going on. Get the math down pat, learn how to do mental math quickly, learn how to do math quickly. Psych Soc, I searched in the MCAT subreddit. Also, don't go on that subreddit too much. It'll get your head, like, not good. Like 2 weeks before my test, I started looking at this 50-50 terms on Reddit, and it really helps because there are a lot of things that are similar, but like knowing that, like Psych Soc is really memorization, and like you can go through the whole thing. This is like really long, and then there's more in the comments, and you can just search up that. Reddit is such a great tool, guys. Reddit is a very helpful tool. I unfortunately got too deep into it and I got into my head, but like there are people on Reddit who are very helpful, and the subreddits, like they have so much information on it. If you're ever like confused about something, you just type in the keywords in the search and you will find your answer, I promise you. If not, like somebody will DM you. Like people were giving me, like I'd make a post and people would DM me with like extra help. You know what I mean? So it is a good community. Just don't get too sucked into it because it can also be toxic. Even like the pre-med Reddit. You guys can see that I'm in the pre-med Reddit. Oh snap, am I exposing my Reddit right now? Oh snap. Oh yes I am, dang it. Whatever. Yeah, honestly, I think that's pretty much it. I think I explained everything that I could have explained. I'm not sure. If you guys have more questions, leave them in the comments and I will make a follow-up video with FAQs. Okay, bye. Good luck to all my pre-med baddies and brodies and they thems.